I never saw him again after the day I shit on him.
That's a beautiful, beautiful line.
Welcome to Guys We...
Hello, human beings on planet Earth and wherever you're at. How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Guys We...
It's the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. I'm Corinne Fisher.
I'm Krystyna Hutchinson.
Welcome to the show. What are you doing on Friday, November 14th?
You're coming to Slutsgiving.
That's the correct answer. That's
exactly
the one and only correct answer. I don't care if you're getting married that day.
Yeah, you're coming.
Why get married on a Friday? Was it was cheaper?
Well, then you'll probably get married in the afternoon because that's cheaper too. So come at 8 p.m. at the Crown Hill Theater.
There you go.
Yeah, we have very special guests. We have a lot of fun for you planned. Mm-hmm. If you have a non-perishable food item to bring, please bring it. It's not obligatory, but it would be nice. And then Corinne and I will donate it afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. I had this whole post saved about like things that are actually so needed at food banks because everyone.
Oh, do tell.
It was like things like everyone donates macaroni and cheese in the box, but you need milk for that. So it's like things that people think are good, but actually aren't practical if you don't have like a full refrigerator of food. Yeah. So they were one of the biggest items. They were saying boxed milk is really good to donate.
Boxed milk, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like condensed milk.
Yeah. Well, condensed is different. That's like for like if you're making a recipe. But boxed, like rice milk comes in boxes. There's plenty of boxed milk that you can get that you don't have to refrigerate.
Yeah.
And like, isn't there, what's also, that one brand like I'm like making it up in my head, like Palmala or something. There's some brand I feel like that is like a boxed milk. But anyway, like, yeah, I was just reading this list of all the things that we've been doing wrong as far as donating food.
Well, it's a good time to donate food because the government's still shut down and no one's getting their food stamps.
Yeah. So. Apparently November 1st, Trump's not sending out food aid, which is
lovely.
What a
good guy.
Lovely.
What a good person.
Well, he's busy building his ballroom.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. Duh. Yeah. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to see it.
I know. I was like, are we invited or what's going on? What's going on in our
house? Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we have some amazing guests that are scheduled to be at Slutsgiving, and it's just going to be the ultimate love letter. So whether you've seen us live before or if it's your first time, this is going to be a true celebration of 12 years of this show that has changed our lives, changed some of your lives, and changed podcasting. So pretty cool.
It is in Pantheon's 101 podcast that changed how we listen. So not to brag.
Yeah.
But we're going to brag. If you want to email us, it's sorryboutlastnightshow@gmail.com. This fun subject line is the most awkward time I ever had diarrhea in a man's shower.
This is good. This is thematically good because this is a diarrhea themed episode. And I personally brought that to the table.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
It was just kismet. I thought you chose this on purpose.
No. Wow. Well, maybe subconsciously I did.
Yeah. There will be only 2 episodes that I wasn't fully present for. One was because my dad died, and the second was because I fully got diarrhea and I don't know what you call it when you have to throw up. But I was throwing up and had diarrhea for most of this interview.
Wait, you were absent for another episode?
Didn't I miss? Did I?
I've never done a solo interview.
So no, yeah, you never did a solo interview. You did one solo intro when my dad died. Oh, okay. I believe.
Hell yeah,
I believe.
I think you're right. That does feel right when I was in the studio with Mike.
Which, in retrospect, actually crazy that's all the time I missed, and maybe speaks to me being a workaholic.
Hi, Corinne and Krystyna. This story is the literal most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me. I'm so happy for you. I've only spoken out loud to about 3 people, but thought you'd both enjoy. Before I get into it, I'm a longtime listener. I've been listening weekly since I was 23. I'm now 32. Love you both. This happened about 5 years ago. I had been seeing this guy for a few months. Let's call him Ben. Ben was a total loser, but I was in my late 20s, so my discernment was still questionable. I mean, late 20s, come on. To give context, this was a man who told me his biggest fear in life was gold diggers. Yep, he is a loser. And he didn't even have a car. We live in LA. Cut to a few months into us dating, in quotes, which consisted of me spending weekends at his apartment, watching movies and eating snacks. This was peak pandemic, so most places were still closed. It was a Sunday morning and we started fooling around right after we woke up. We moved into the shower where I was standing up against a wall while he was fingering me. Oh, that's so fun.
I love the commitment. It's very 20s to have the commitment to move to the shower.
Yeah.
While you've already started.
Oh, that's great. As I was about to orgasm, I relaxed my pelvic floor to try to lean into the orgasm and make it bigger. I feel like I may have heard this tip from someone you interviewed years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I knew it, Ben was pointing behind me at the shower wall, laughing. I looked behind me, and to my absolute horror, my runny diarrhea was smeared all the way down his shower wall to the tub.
Oh my God.
You didn't even feel it?
I know. I was going to say, I was like, how did you not feel diarrhea?
That was a stealth shit. I panicked and was besides myself. I will give it to Ben. He was a good sport and laughed it off. I mean, you were in the perfect place.
Yeah.
Thank God you moved to the fucking shower.
Yeah.
I immediately cleaned his entire shower as the mortification set in. The night before, I had eaten an entire bag of frozen chocolate-covered fruit. The brand is called True Fruit.
Oh.
A True Fruit.
I just tried that this weekend.
Did you shit your pants?
No, I only had one.
Which obviously made me shit my pants that morning. I also don't even like hooking up first thing in the morning.
Agreed.
That's what I get for going against my desires for a man.
Also, I mean, in your 20s, you should be able to eat a full bag of fruit and not get diarrhea. I could do almost anything in my 20s and feel fantastic the next morning.
Yeah. You're pretty ironclad. After that day, except for if you're Eric, after that day, I could tell the vibe with Ben was off. It honestly had been for a while, so this was just the icing on the cake.
Ew.
Or the diarrhea on the shower, you might say. We both started fading out on communication until I broke it off with him over a text a couple weeks later. I never saw him again after the day I shit on him.
That's a beautiful, beautiful line.
One of my friends likes to joke that Ben not only got dumped, but he got dumped on. Pew, pew, pew. Ooh, ooh. Anyway, I'm now happily engaged to the most wonderful man of my dreams, so I can look back on this and laugh. It took me a while to get there, though. When I first told my therapist, her response was that I should go to a doctor because that's not normal. Adding insult to injury is so rude. Love you both. Keep doing what you're doing.
That's a funny response from your therapist. Also, I mean,
a bag of how many strawberries were in the bag?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, also when she said that his biggest fear was gold diggers is one of those things that men say that lets
money.
you know that they don't like women. Like, to me,
Sure.
like, even having gold digger in your vocabulary, I mean, unless you are actually like a rich and famous or really rich guy.
Even still, though,
It's
all the
just
rich
like-
and famous guys I know, they've never used that term. And I've talked to them about women.
Yeah, gold digger to me is one of those words that's just another way to say I hate women in a different language.
Sure.
I don't love it.
Yeah, we're going to add that. I'm going to make a running list of red flags. If he says his exes are crazy, that's certainly one of them.
Exes, if you say your exes are crazy, if you talk about gold diggers, if you say anything about, okay, can you even hit on a woman anymore?
Oh my God. I can't even put my arm around her in a picture.
Can't even say hello to a woman in the bar.
Just literally don't rape.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Yeah. I go, no one
can't even put my arm
No
around
one's
her.
ever been brought to the police station because they said hello to a woman in a bar. No one's ever got a rape kit because they said hello to a woman in a bar. Like, what are we even talking about here?
There have been many men that have sat in this chair, that have sat in the green chair in my apartments, mostly comedians, that have said, well, ever since the Me Too movement, I don't know. I'm not taking pictures with people. Are you raping them? Are you raping them while they take a picture with you? Because if you're not, you don't got to worry about it.
Yeah. Really
Crazy idea.
Really, really special behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And guys, happy Halloween. Yeah. Happy Halloween.
I didn't shit. I went to a Halloween party. I didn't shit my costume.
I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, it's great. I did leave early because I got sad, but I didn't shit. That's pretty cool.
Okay, well, that's fair.
It was a great party. This woman, I forget her name. I have to ask Donna.
Yeah, I saw some of the footage. I would say it looked very. Was it in Brooklyn?
It was very gay, which is my favorite vibe. I mean, not very, but it was amazing. Yeah, it was in
Halloween is a little gay.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I love about it. No, it was a PS1, the MoMA. Which is right around the street from where I currently live. So
nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. This woman, she's 74 years old. She got that Kris Jenner facelift or something because goddamn, she doesn't look like a cat. She doesn't look like a cat. She doesn't look like that cat lady the famous lady in New York with all the work done.
Well, that lady was trying to look like a cat.
Oh, she was?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
are you
good.
talking about Amanda
That's good.
Lepore?
Yeah. Was she trying to look like a cat?
Amanda Lepore knows what Amanda Lepore looks like.
Okay, cool.
That was
I love that for her.
Curated. That was not a mistake.
Hey, as long as you know the truth, fucking go for it, girl.
Because I was like, there's someone else who actually tried to look like a cat, but that is not Amanda Lepore.
Okay, gotcha.
But Amanda Lepore, New York legend.
Yes, and this woman is too. She's 74. She was a promoter for Studio 54. Her titties was popping. Her body was sick. Her costume was immaculate. She was white. She was a whitey, and she looked fantastic. Obviously, she got work done. She was European of some sort. She had an accent, but she just looked great, and she had so much life to her, and it made me so happy that I'm like, man, if I'm 74 years old and I'm just throwing this fucking sick party at a museum in Queens for Halloween, and everybody there, it was such a good vibe. It was such a good vibe. Like everybody had a great costume. New York will always be my favorite city. And one of the reasons is because they do not fuck around on Halloween.
Well, I'm glad that you had good Halloween costumes because I was like, literally, that was like I was very upset because I saw such bad Halloween costumes this weekend. Yeah.
Oh, that does suck.
I think it's because it's not the people who were going out this weekend, except, not the people at your party, but the people that I saw were people who were just like using it as an excuse to get drunk. Whereas
oh my God,
this next weekend will be the real Halloween.
I hope so. I hope that's the case.
I hope so.
I didn't realize
people
this.
phoning it in.
But the West Village is being taken over by like boat shoes white guys.
I mean, East Village that already happened.
Really?
I mean, like, I live.
It's like Murray Hill
lower,
everywhere.
But yeah, I mean, that's happening.
That's terrible.
That's happening in Bushwick.
Yeah, that's
Go
happening
away.
everywhere. That's a type of white man that is popular now, and that's like type of people who vote in the Fox News poll that say having children is the number one most important thing in their life. Like that's like, and it's not even just happening in America. It's actually happening in the UK too. This is a type of guy that is reemerging. I just walk around on like Friday and Saturday night when I'm doing spots, and I look at the lines at all the nightclubs, and I go, "Thank God I am 40," because if this was my dating pool,
I would kill myself.
I would like absolutely not. Like boat shoe is like probably my least favorite type of guy. So unattractive.
As somebody who has lived in Murray Hill for 11 years, maybe 10.
Yeah, and I lived there for a while too. Yeah.
Yeah. That was I thought that's where they all went, and that's where they should go. They should be rounded up in that neighborhood because we go to Murray Hill when we expect it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Wes in the West Village or the East Village with his fucking shoes and his plaid pants. Like, ew. I was looking at a carousel of photos from a West Village like block party, Halloween block party, and it was all Chads.
Yeah, no, that's what it is now. And there was so funny. There was some like I follow so many like New Yorkie accounts, but there was some kind of like op-ed by like a real longtime New Yorker, whether or not they were a native New Yorker, I don't know, but a longtime New Yorker, kind of talking about how St. Mark's, which is right where I live, used to be a place where you would go and you would see every kind of person in all kinds of dress, like trash and vaudeville, like all this kinds of,
oh my God, trash and vaudeville.
all these kinds of outfits. And now when you go, it's just the same person over and over again wearing like a Lululemon workout outfit, white sneakers, pony, those, gold hoop, like small gold hoops that like every basic bitch wears. I mean, like I own a pair, but I don't wear them as like part of everything.
Oh God.
Yeah. Ugh. No. And so it's like, it's kind of saying like,
Hopefully they get kicked out when Zoran's mayor.
They were like, nah,
they won't.
Nah,
they won't at all.
That's a different type of all the same person. But it's really sad. Like people don't have their own personal style. And I mean, it's also like the moving in of all these social media influencers who make pizza places with neon signs famous, and like the food always sucks, but it's just kind of the vibes is what it's about. And a lot of like local businesses are actually suffering because of these social media influencers. because the places that have been here a long time that are mom and pop owned, like they're not like cool enough for the influencers to want to go there. So if you want to be a social media influencer, that's fine. But I would recommend doing something where you maybe like eat around the world in New York City, based on mom and pop shops, not people who already own a Michelin star restaurant, and then open a tiny restaurant that is mimicking a mom and pop shop. Right. Like that's what you want to do. Like if you walk in basically and you see, that like leafy wallpaper, like the green leafy
or
wallpaper.
the zebra, the red with the zebra.
Yeah, you're going to need to walk on out because that you're in a social media influencer trap. If there's a pair of angel wings and you have to stand against it to get a photo for Instagram, you're going to need to walk on out because you're part of the problem.
Yes, 100%. There was one time, and it was about a year ago, where I was in a restaurant and I saw an influencer. She had a fucking ring light.
Oh, I remember this.
She had a fucking ring light in this dimly lit. This is one of my favorite things about New York. I mean, there's so many, but I love the lighting. They like a good restaurant like has like very particular lighting in addition to having great food and a great vibe. And this bitch had a ring light facing down on her meal, and she was I'm like, I want violence. I want to punch you in the face. And she did her video loudly and then left and didn't eat the food. And we all booed her. We all booed her. We said, you fucking suck. Never come back here. I think bullying does have a place when it's that shit. Like that's so, I'm really surprised to hear that the East Village has turned into that, because that was like that's such a beautifully gritty neighborhood.
It's part of it is NYU just has buildings all over now, so a lot of people are working in there. And another thing is, if we want to talk about the mayoral race, it's like affordable housing is the issue. So they just keep building high rises, and so no one who had a struggling artist can't afford to live in the East Village. So it's only people who have money from their mom and dad, which is not great.
Nope.
And there's, but if you are in New York, first of all, early voting has already opened, so make sure that you are voting early or on election day. I'm an election day voter, girly. I just like to do it. It's part of my process.
I get it.
But then additionally, there are several ballot proposals that you want to look into, how you want to vote on those, and there is one about affordable housing, and it will kind of handle or try to handle gentrification a bit more, because when you say affordable housing, people are always like, well, what exactly do you mean as a price point? It's half the time it'll be like affordable housing, and it'll be like, $4,000 a month apartment, which is not affordable housing
at all.
So make sure that's my PSA. Make sure obviously, we know we're voting for Zoran, and no one doesn't know his fucking poly market rating, I think, jumped to 96% chance. Like, I mean, there's just no, I don't want to like rest on my laurels, but like, there's no way this guy's losing, right? That's handled, but there's a lot of other roles that go under him that you have to vote for, including,
judges.
And I think a lot of people show up to the polls not being familiar with the ballot proposals, and the language can be tricky. So you're going to want to look at that and really make sure you understand what you're voting for ahead of time. Remember my thing, I don't tell people what to vote for or who to vote for, but make sure that you're looking into that.
Yeah, I did my early voting ballot, and I filled it out and I signed it, and I made sure that all the, I've done the vote by mail before because I'm usually out of town. And the Board of Elections emailed me back and said there was something wrong with your ballot. And I triple checked that shit.
What did they say? What?
They said there was a missing signature. And I'm like, there's just not. But then they sent me a form, and they said, hey, sign this form and get it back to us. And then I replied to their email, and then it said this email address doesn't work. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna have to call them. I'm like, yeah.
I wonder if
I thought that was strange. Because I'm like,
why don't you can also just go. You can go in person like now to early voting.
That's true, but I don't want them to say you already voted by mail.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to get like in trouble.
But if it didn't count, it sounds like it didn't count.
Yeah, I mean, I have the email.
I mean, you're not going to get in trouble.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know, man. Because I do. You said this before. Like the way Trump does not want Zoran to win, which I love that. But I also don't love what that might do to the city in terms of like him sending people here, like National Guard and ICE agents.
No,
I mean,
it's going to be a full-on war. Zoran is going to win, and it's going to then be a full-on war, Trump versus Zoran. So
I do think you're right.
But we knew that was going to happen. I mean, basically anyone but Cuomo, that was part of the deal for signing up for mayor of New York,
But
unfortunately.
I guess within those last 30 minutes that we've been talking, I'm realizing how many white boys are in the East and West Village. They're
not voting.
Zoran.
They're not voting.
Or they're not voting anyway, but like
half of them also still have their residences.
Yeah, I was going to say
their residences are their parents' house. Yeah. That was a huge problem.
Loser.
That was a huge problem when we were petitioning for my campaign. All these young people are still registered at their parents' house.
Yeah, right.
So that's in fucking.
You have your own personal reasons for doing that.
Their address is Martha's Vineyard. No, I mean it's because they're not really.
Can you send it to my Nantucket house?
Yeah, no, it's valid because they haven't. Like they're just going to college in a place doesn't mean you're committed to the city, and that's totally fair.
Like yeah.
But also stop taking so much space up at the bars. We need to go there
for real.
Oh my god!
And
I need to watch the Knicks in peace. There's like 50,000 people every time I try to watch the Knicks at a bar.
You know, every once in a while, I will come across one of those white boys that is actually hot and has a hot vibe personality, but it's such a diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking at men as a piece of meat more, and there's just not enough good ones. Okay. If you're in Key West, Florida at the end of November, first of all, what a town. Well, I went to Fantasy Fest in Key West. I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, what is that?
It is an annual event that is a week long, and it's been happening for 30 years, 40 years. Like it's been happening for a while, probably longer than that. I've never seen so many titties over the age of 70.
Nice.
I've never seen so many asses over the age of 70.
I love that.
I saw a bunch of pussies over the age of 70.
Whoa.
And I go, wow.
Pussies out?
Pussies out. Not all, but a lot of pussies out.
Are you just allowed to be nude in Key West?
Yeah, at Fantasy Fest you are.
Wait, is it so?
Everybody has costumes, so they're painted. Some of them are in kinky stuff. Some of them are just some dude with a sailor hat and nothing on but shoes. And it's great.
And this is outside or inside?
All outside and inside. Inside, it's like Mardi Gras. Like you could take your drinks outside and go.
Are there no children in Key West?
There are, and there shouldn't be because this event was not for children.
This is what the Republicans think that the Democrats are doing. Even though I'm sure there's a lot of
it's blue.
It is?
It's
okay.
blue.
Okay.
I will say. Not a lot of Trump signs. I was expecting more.
Wow.
But, it's a very artsy town, too. And usually artsy people don't to vote for, dictators. And so it was really cool. It was the freedom. I'm like, man, I want to be. And there was rock hard titties. There was saggy titties. There was teeny weeny little titties. Like, I just love the human body. I love titties. It makes me so happy when there's tits out. Whether they're like hot young tits or old hard rock hard tits. Like, I don't even care. Tits make me so happy. And to see all these people, there was some 20-year-olds there, but mostly like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, honestly. There's some old motherfuckers.
I love that.
It was just so lovely. They didn't give a fuck. And it also makes you realize how, hypnotized we are to believe there's only one type of body you can be attracted to. I mean, we all know that that's horse shit in our minds, but you until you see all types of body shapes and sizes, you really do see the beauty in it. And it was a horny vibe. I gotta be honest. Like it was like, I was thinking like, have you ever been attracted to someone or like to an archetype of something, but it makes you uncomfortable that you're attracted to them?
Yeah. James Gandolfini.
Oh, see, I would love that.
No,
I get it now.
I thought it was very. That was like weird.
He has really thick fingers.
There's just nothing about him on paper should be attractive.
I like his accent. You know what? I always thought you were nuts for that one. Now I don't. I don't know why. I've changed, but it
wasn't even. It was subconscious. It was a dream I had that changed me. And I think it was based. I mean, it was based, I'm sure, on him entering my subconscious through our real life interaction.
Oh, maybe.
When I fell asleep drunk on him at a party and he didn't move my head, which was the classiest move of all time.
So sweet. That's kind of hot. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, when I had a sexual dream about somebody I was not attracted to, and then I was attracted to them, and then I did fuck them, and it was fantastic. But I sometimes, every once in a while, find myself attracted to like an old guy.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking 70.
Wow.
And I don't like it. I don't like it, but like
I thought Joe Biden was hot. And
Yeah, I think he was hot.
People kept going on me. I was like, this is an attractive older man. I don't know what to tell everybody.
There is an older man I met that was probably like 71, 72. I'll never forget his face. I see it right now. Such a hot, gorgeous face, and like had this like badass stare to him. Like he didn't give a fuck. He wasn't impressed by you.
Nice.
You know, usually older men have this like gentle. You want a caramel? You know, but like he was just there was two old guys there that I'm like, why do I want to fuck you?
They would love to fuck you.
Yeah, and that's fun too. And so Key West, I highly recommend. Fantasy Fest it's over now, but it's a really cool place. The nature in
all the
Key
sugar
West,
babies taking notes right now. They're like, oh god.
There was a couple there. There was definitely a bunch of sugar babies there. I'm like, get your bag, baby. I love that for you. And everybody's happy, you know. But yeah, the last 2 weekends of November, there is an original musical comedy called Florida Man that I am in. I'm so excited. I'm going through a bunch of like just intense shit in my life, and so it's so cool to have this show. And I feel like it's a theater camp because we're staying in houses in Key West on the dock, on the river, or on the canal. And a manatee just swam up to our dock yesterday. And one of the castmates sent me a video. But I fucking love theater. Mm-hmm. And it, in middle school and in high school, I did theater, and it was like my life. And it's such a horny environment.
Oh God!
And I say horny sexually.
Guys, fuck started in theater.
100%.
Yeah.
I say horny both creatively and sexually arousingly. And I love that. Everybody's naked, especially in Florida. It's like fucking 81 degrees. It's always the sun is shining. There's fucking manatees swimming up to you. And it's just, I love the theater. I love being on a stage rehearsing. I love the smell of a stage,
yes.
of the red velvet seats.
Yes.
I love the mean fucking stagehand that tells you no shoes on the stage. Like, I love that. Oh, I love every part
Can't
of it.
have the shoes on the stage.
Can't
scratch
you can't.
it all up.
Kevin was on the stage and they got real mad. And so, he was backstage, but yeah, no dog allowed. But yeah, so Florida Man is premiering the last 2 weekends of November in Key West at the Tennessee Williams Theater at the Key West College. So you should come. And you know what? Honestly, I'm not saying this is the most amazing piece of art you'll ever see. No, but it's fucking hilarious and it's really good. And it's also worth a trip to Key West. I have a couple friends that are like, I want to go to Key West. I'm going to go the weekend you're doing your show and I'll stay there and see the show. I'm like, that's great. That's a great idea. So you should do that. Florida Man the Musical.
And then, I also saw a lot of naked bodies this weekend. And, I wish I had your outlook on that. It made me love all types of bodies. And I'm sitting here thinking like, that is the right perspective, but I gotta be honest, guys, it's not the true perspective for me. So a lot of things I did not want to see at Exxxotica convention in New Jersey this weekend.
Went?
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, I had some friends who were working there anyway. And so I was like, I can get some work done and make some stuff. And I also just I grew up going to conventions, mostly horror conventions, which actually, are not first of all, conventions are conventions. It's just a different group of people, but the setting is the same. And so, I went to mostly horror conventions, but horror conventions, tons of women with their tits out. Scream queens, a lot of overt sexuality. So I've been used to that since I was 6 years old. I'm completely comfortable with that environment. It's just so funny because to go to an adult entertainment convention, and this is the second one I went to because we went to the AVNs in Las Vegas. But this one was in, just a convention center in Edison, New Jersey.
Such a not hot environment.
15 minutes from where I grew up. So funny.
You're probably surrounded by these dads that are like, oh, there she is. Oh, God.
No, this one was very inclusive. That I will say. So there was a lot of it was actually very nice because there was a lot of people with disabilities there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Not as sex workers. Okay. But they were as attendees. There was a lot of people who took it upon themselves to wear costumes, including Power Rangers and stuff, almost as if it were Comic Con. So there's a bit of an overlap there.
Okay.
A good amount of couples obviously trying to spice up their relationship. And then the classic,
guy by himself.
Yeah.
Those guys are honestly at the AVN. I wasn't mad. They weren't weird. They didn't give me a weird vibe. I usually when a straight man is near me and they're like horny over something, I want to throw up. Like the kind of guy that would go to a convention. But the porn guys are pretty nice.
Well, the only problem was, so I was sitting at a booth and half of it was for a podcasting network, but Joanna Angel was also splitting the booth. Nice. And then just because I was a woman who was there, because like basically like there's very few women who work in the industry behind the scenes. It's like mostly men monetizing womenn's bodies. And there was like some male porn stars there too.
And then Ryan Driller was there.
I don't think so.
He's so hot.
And then also like, I don't know how a nice way to say this, but like the women who work behind the scenes, there was no way to mistake them for the women who work in front of the lens.
Got a face for radio.
And I was probably like the only person sitting at a booth who
was cute.
Could have been either, right? And so what I was sitting there and I was, not in front of the lens person, but it was interesting because I would just see men pass by and then they would like give my face a hard look to see if they had ever jerked off to me.
Yeah, they were scanning their memory bank.
Yeah, and so that was wildly uncomfortable to the point where I just stopped making any sort of like I stopped moving my eyes even to the height of where eyes would be.
Yeah. I would wear sunglasses.
And then one of my favorite parts was when someone thought I was fully Joanna Angel, which I actually can see. We're similar age.
You're both Jewish.
We're both Jewish girls, and we both. She has blonde hair now too, and we're both petite. So it wasn't actually crazy. And I had a jacket on, so you couldn't tell that I don't have Joanna's huge boobs.
Yeah. Great titties.
But yeah, so and like it wasn't crazy, but he was like he like comes up to me and asks me if I'm signing anything, and I go, oh no, I'm just like working with the podcasting network. And then he goes like, oh really, you wouldn't even sign this? And then he takes out Joanna Angel's book, and I go, oh, you think I'm Joanna Angel? I go, oh, I'm not Joanna Angel. I was like, I'm friends with Joanna Angel, but I was like, I think she's coming soon, but she's not. And then like we were all texting Joanna like, yo, Corinne's gonna start signing stuff as you.
I'm gonna be the star of a bukkake scene that I don't want to be in. Can you come?
Joanna was like, get that bag. She was like, you can sign anything. What? She's like, I don't care. Go ahead.
I love being at your birthday party and looking over, and she has her own ring light trying to get you to do a brand thing. I was like, that's great.
Joanna's just
she's lovely.
The best. But yeah, no, it's fun because at a porn convention, it's just full fluorescent lighting, and then you'll look across to the booth in front of you, and someone will be fully getting a lap dance in fluorescent light because you can't take your private parts out, but you can't? No, you can, but you can spank someone. There was like erotic massages, like, but the people were fully clothed.
Wait, that sounds fun.
There was,
I would do that.
There was like a lot of like people who were getting lap dances. Someone I heard the day before I had been there had given someone a wad of cash to eat her pussy over her jeans because that is allowed.
Okay.
I love a caveat.
Love a caveat. And I love a wall between my vagina and a guy's mouth that I don't necessarily know if I wanted to be on there. That's great.
Yeah. So that's like, but then it's like, that'll be happening. There'll be a lap dance and someone getting their pussy eaten over their jeans. And then around the corner, there's just like a selection of gourmet pickles.
I love
that you can buy from buckets. Krystyna,
various spices.
I love pickles, but to buy a pickle from one of the bins, like not a fully wrapped pickle at a porn convention, and I know this is like this is in my mind.
Like, I get
this is in my mind. This is like when Paris Hilton stepped in a puddle and thought she had AIDS. Like this is all in your mind. It's made up, and it's actually quite backwards and mildly offensive. But I couldn't. When I say I love, my boyfriend and I spend hours buying pickles from different types of shops and then eat different kinds of pickles, like on a pickle charcuterie. This is like my love of pickles. Yeah. We gift each other pickles constantly. Like I fucking love pickles. When we go to the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, those big pickles?
We're dropping.
Get your mouth around them.
We're dropping maybe $50 on pickles in a day.
Damn.
That's how much we love it. But like,
not from the jar at the porn convention.
I was like, I can't.
I don't think that's like Paris Hilton stepping on a puddle thinking she has AIDS. That's actually pretty logical.
I just couldn't do it.
There's a lot floating in that air.
Yeah.
Open air pickles and no.
I just couldn't do
That's
it.
good.
But
that's good.
yeah.
That's that. You know what? You did that out of your love for pickles.
It's like and they smelled so good too, like the garlicky. I had a you know what? There's like a pickle shop near me. They had a horseradish pickle.
Ooh,
it was so good.
Oh, my mouth's watering.
It was so delicious, and I mean, delicious and low calorie food item. High salt. I love high salt.
Me too.
High salt,
and not expensive
low-cal.
usually.
No,
Pickles aren't expensive.
Really enjoyable.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow, so many titties and pickles we saw.
So many
amazing.
titties. Yeah.
Also, if you on YouTube, my other podcast, Wait What, that I co-host with Daniel Pinchbeck, we did the first season. It's 8 episodes long, and most of them are available on YouTube right now for you to listen to. I don't know. I have a feeling I'm gonna say it because I don't give a fuck because nothing matters really. I think the alien thing is getting. I feel like something's gonna happen soon. I don't know. Like
they're going to come. They're going to make contact.
Yeah, but like that's been happening. But it's like, do it so we can all see it.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Do it so we could film it because otherwise no one's going to believe it. And why should they? AI is everywhere. So I get it. Like we need an obvious slap us in the face. You know what I mean?
But I thought the thing was like aliens were saying like kind of like when they make it obvious, that means that humans have royally messed up, which I mean, I guess now is the time.
We did.
But I was like that would like concern me. Like, has there any been talk of like they're going to come and take matters into our own hands once we fuck it up enough?
No, it seems like they just want to help us save ourselves.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
That seems to be the major vibe. But I learned through doing Wait What, which I was kind of bummed out, but I'm like, whatever. And again, this is all subjective. I don't know. I will never have proof of this, but that there are bad aliens, much like there are bad people. So not if the idea of aliens, it's not all like the reason why I'm so drawn to them and attracted to this concept is because they seem like really beautiful, lovely, spiritual creatures who like help us, shut off our nuclear reactors when we're trying to test them and shit like that. And so, but they're not all good. So it seems like most of them are. And I just have I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I really want to get abducted now. What
do you mean now? As if that's a new thing. Now,
just like I go in and out. Like I usually I want kids. I don't want kids. Now I don't want kids. And then I want to get abducted. Nah, my life's great. I don't want to get abducted. I would love.
Again, to clarify. I know sometimes people confuse me and Krystyna. If you are the aliens and you are watching
me,
she's
not her.
the one who 100% do not want to get abducted.
Yeah. Take me.
0.
We'll hang out.
No.
But
well, that makes sense. It's like ghosts, like how there's good ghosts and bad ghosts.
Sure. Yeah. There are. So yeah, Wait What is now available on YouTube. I co-host it with Daniel Pinchbeck. And I paused my Patreon for the months of October and November. And so that's not available. That's why I'm not promoting it.
And for me, you can listen to Without a Country and watch it is how I recommend, because there are visual elements and it's just like a longer thing. But I mean, I know a lot of you listen to it and I appreciate that. But if you want to watch it, it's on YouTube. We live stream every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's approximately whenever Harrington gets the live stream working. But yeah, it's been great. And I've been out of town for like almost the entire month of October. That being said, in that time, never missed an episode, of course. And I had done some really great interviews that I was holding 4 times when I would be out of town. So right now on YouTube, this might be interesting to people on this show, especially. We do a segment called God Watch on Without a Country, where we're basically, tracking Christian nationalism. But I got 2 guests to offer a point and a counterpoint on this matter. So a few weeks ago, I had on this guy named Jackson Lawmeyer, who is one of the members. He's a pastor, and he's also run for office, but primarily a pastor. And he is a member of the White House Faith Council. Let me tell you.
Is he the pedophile?
No.
Okay.
You are... if you are interested in what's happening, you need to watch this interview, because these people, similar to Project 2025, one thing I will give to MAGA is they tell us who they are and they give us the information. So, Steve Bannon was walking around telling everyone that Trump is definitely running for a 3rd term.
With a lot of confidence.
And well, it was funny because that same day was the day that I had posted the clip of Jackson Lawmeyer saying that it was just a joke. joke that Trump had 2028 merch made, and that perhaps, maybe it's not going to be Trump Sr. who's running for a third term, but maybe one of the other Trumps is going to be running. And that just sent shivers down my spine, because basically it would make so much sense that he is trying to create some sort of monarchy here.
Sure.
And everyone's talking like, oh, you don't build a ballroom if you're only going to, attempt to be in the White House for 3 more years or whatever it is. But that would make sense if, he does run for the third term or whatever, but then you just pass it along to your children. So this makes perfect sense. There's a lot of information there. Again, I know some people on the left feel that these people shouldn't be platformed at all. That is not what I believe.
I think
we need to 100% be platforming them, specifically on super left-leaning places, so we know what the fuck is going on. Because we consistently think we know what's going on in the right, and we really don't. We're not good at it. We don't believe in their success, and we also we don't really acknowledge how good the right is at mobilizing. They are killer mobilizers. Right? On the left, we're finally seeing some good mobilization with the campaign of Zoran Mamdani. But before that, the mobilization was very bad, because we can't fucking agree on, my minutia. And then secondly, the counterpoint argument is I had my wonderful friend Brian Silva on from Americans United for the Separation of Church and State. So that can be the palate cleanse. And there's just so much good information about what you can do to make sure that Christian nationalism doesn't continue to seep into, the government of the United States of America. This place was founded to get away from that, and we're really headed in the wrong direction. And this is not like against Christianity. It's just Christian nationalism means that everyone has to run by these super, misogynistic, racist, in quote, Christian ideals that are basically things that are masquerading as Christianity, that are not even the true tenets of Christianity. So if you want to listen to that, it's Without a Country podcast on YouTube, and comes out every Wednesday. But yeah,
we're in such a pivotal place in time. I think it's really, really interesting. Have you ever heard of Caroline Myss? I would love to have her on the show. I didn't realize she's a New Yorker. She was from Boston originally. Caroline Myss. It's Caroline Myss. It's spelled how it's pronounced. I've been kind of putting her on, speaking of like religion and stuff. She studies religion. She used to be a zoomed out, a medical medium. She wouldn't say it that way, but like that's kind of what she did. But she's like brilliant. She's a scholar. And she was talking about how we are in the most pivotal time in human existence that has ever been. And it's all an argument. The real war is the truth. There's two realities happening.
Like people are fighting the truth, a war against the truth?
Yes. So people that see the truth,
right,
that want to fight for a better existence, and the people that are holding on for dear life out of fear to the old ways of things. And you see it so clearly now in our political environments. And so I think that's I highly recommend you guys listen. If it resonates with you, look her up on YouTube. I think she's very, you would really dig her vibe, because she's very no bullshit. She's basically like, stop fucking lying to yourself. Stop kidding yourself. The most healing thing you could ever do for yourself, for the planet, for others, is to tell yourself the truth and to tell other people the truth. And she just kind of calls people out for how often we lie to ourselves. And I think it's really poignant. Yeah. And you know who else is so poignant?
Today's guest.
Absolutely.
And again, if you don't be like, why isn't Corinne talking during this interview? I'm in the bathroom shitting and barfing my brains out. I was sick for like 3 days after that. It was in the wildest food poisoning.
Yeah, that was crazy. So this woman, she was recommended by our friend Ani, friend of the show, and I'm so glad she recommended her. She's an incredible person. She's a certified herbalist. She's a movement specialist, but she's just got this way about her that I think is really beautiful, about how she thinks about the world and how we can heal ourselves. Because one of the things that I've always believed is that we are much more powerful than we could ever know. And I think she kind of stands to help people realize that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show,
Katie Brannick.